KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
HawkFanatic.com, brought to you by Patrick Eads, his staff, service department, Deary Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek, Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement, Mike Z. Keys for Cars, Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip, GT Car, his crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling, Supple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE, the Midtown Family Restaurants, Harty and Stocker Jewelers 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City, Diamond Dreams Sports Academy, Premier Automotive in North Liberty, the Oxyoke Inn in the Amanas, Streets Maintenance, Remodeling and Plumbing. They do it all. Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Here's Tom Suter. And from HawkFanatic.com, it's Patrick. Pat Harty.
Patrick?
Patrick.
Isn't that the SpongeBob character, Patrick?
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Patrick Eads?
Yeah. Pat Harty.
Good morning.
Do a lot of people call you Patrick?
No.
Now you're sounding like the Minnesota baseball coach.
I have Patrick on all my credit cards and stuff like that, but no, most people call me Pat.
Okay.
Or other things.
Some guy hit me up at Ivy and said, "How's Mr. Settings doing?"
I've gotten a couple of those. Yep.
Yeah.
Avoid settings at all costs. So far, so good. So does YouTube have Ion TV?
Yes.
Okay. Well, one thing I don't understand, the stuff is not alphabetized.
No.
It is not alphabetized. There's no rhyme or reason to how their log of channels. It just makes no sense.
No, you can change it yourself.
Well, screw that. But this alphabetized stuff is insane.
Have you discovered the looking glass? Type in Ion in your looking glass and it'll show up.
Wasn't that a band?
Yeah,
looking glass. Yeah,
Brandy, you're a fine girl. Yeah.
Did you like that song?
At the time.
Yeah, it's 1971.
It hasn't held up. It hasn't held up well.
It's a good
to
year.
me.
So your Jim Morrison died in 1971.
Yeah, well, probably listening to Looking Glass.
Yeah, or maybe drinking out of a looking glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him I was late. I had to do an insurance. I just took out a $25,000 life insurance claim. So when I croak, my nephews and nieces who are burdened with dealing with my passing will have instant money. But my God, the questionnaire just took forever. It must have been.
It does.
Must have been 200 questions. You know, I mean, some of them were funny. What was weird though, they never asked me if I had a colonoscopy. I thought that was weird.
That is weird.
They asked me if I smoked weed in the last 24 hours, 30 days. They asked me if I did heroin in the last 10 years.
Did you?
No, never done heroin. I mean,
nor I.
I know you guys. Oh, I thought you did a lot of heroin back in the day.
No, zero.
For the band.
No, never.
But
I'm doing it right now.
But no, some of the questions were just silly. But I get it. You have to. They didn't ask me my weight or anything. It was just. But man, it kept going on and on and on. The lady was really friendly, but I finally got it over with. What's funny is they'll take your money out of your account for your first payment before they even approve you. I mean, I've already paid for a month's worth of life insurance, but I technically haven't been approved yet, which I found kind of funny.
That is interesting.
She's like, well, that's between you and your life. You know, I guess if they turn me down, they'll reimburse me, I guess.
I would imagine.
You know, but I said no to almost every question. I mean, the only thing they asked about, I had a hernia surgery. That's the only thing that I've had in my entire life. And they asked me if I drink alcohol, and then when you tell them you do, then they want to know how often and what you drink. And I said I haven't had any hard liquor for 5 years. I drink light beer. And the lady on the other end of the phone seemed to almost give me the impression that she
thought you were pussy.
Well, boring.
Well.
But, I mean, I'm sure it's better off me saying, and I was not lying. Cause,
light beer is kind of...
But I haven't had hard liquor since 2019.
And Steve, never.
Never.
Yeah, so...
And
I don't miss it.
For me, it's been 12 hours.
I don't miss it, and I'm getting bored with beer. I mean, I may just end up quit drinking just out of boredom.
Well,
After a while,
You're going to get thirsty. You
well,
gotta drink
then
something.
Yeah, pop, water,
Yeah.
orange juice, iced tea, Gatorade Zero. There's plenty.
Gatorade Zero's good.
It is good, and it doesn't have any sugar in it.
No.
And it doesn't really taste any worse than the regular Gatorade,
No.
which is loaded with sugar. So, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'd never done one of those things before, so.
I haven't for a long time, although the health insurance ones are the same. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you leave? Anybody else anything?
No.
nothing for the captain, for instance.
Just 25 grand. Well, who knows where I'm going to be when I die, how much money I have. We'll see. Yeah. Actually, as bad as the stock market was that one day when I got my thing yesterday, and I actually made money last period.
No, it
Not
bounced,
a ton, but I made a decent.
It bounced back.
I made about $10,000 last month.
Yeah, it was.
So it bounced back.
Yeah.
I mean, that gloom and doom, depression, 1920s.
It's all going to hell.
That was all just
political
nonsense.
Yeah.
It was bad for a day, and it bounced back. But like when I talked to my guy, I asked him over the next, what's it going to be like? He said it's going to be choppy. I mean, that's just the way it is. There's going to be days where it's good, and but
that's the way
that's
it is.
every time
that's
around
the stock
an election.
market.
Yeah,
Yes, and that's just life.
Yeah.
I mean, if the stock market, if it was easy to make a ton of money in the stock market, I think a lot more people, it's not. It's not. You got to be patient and.
In the long run, it has been a good thing to do
Yeah.
for the most part.
Oh yeah,
It has.
Because I look at what I got my 401k from the Press Citizen to where it is now, even with COVID, it's probably almost $100,000 more money over the last decade.
Oh, I
made
believe
about
that.
$100,000, and it would have been more without COVID. Basically, you took a year off of making any money, and all you did was lose money.
That's right.
I mean, COVID kind of hurt everything, but
I am, and it's going up again. I just talked to
with COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm convinced I had it a while back, a
yeah,
couple weeks ago.
A nurse friend that works at UIHC said that they're admitting people at a good pace.
Oh,
now.
into the hospital?
Yeah.
But see, I'm fully boosted, and it was like having a
When,
runny nose.
when did you get your last boost?
When they were available. I mean, I've had 6.
That,
I've had 6.
I know.
I have 2, but that was back in the fall, I think.
Yeah, I think it was fun. I'm sure there's people rolling their eyes and making fun of us now, but screw you.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Yeah.
No, I'm sure. Even though I tested negative, Jan tested
It's
negative.
like getting a cold now.
I'm sure that we had it.
So did you have the home tests or the
I
good
had
ones?
Both,
Uh-huh.
but I was running I mean, if it wasn't, it was a hell of a flu.
Yeah.
But
My biggest thing, I was
did it
more
end up in-
nauseous than anything. I was just nauseous for like 24 hours. I couldn't eat nothing. And then it just kind of snapped out. And tired, a little achy. And it may have been just the flu. I didn't test myself. It might have been just the 24-hour flu, too, because the flu does still, I think everyone thinks anytime you get oh, God, it's COVID,
So is the new flu vaccine out yet?
I believe so, because Hy-Vee's got signs up flu vaccines.
That's
available.
why I was wondering.
20
So
I don't do mine till November. Early November, late October.
I'll
That's
go
what I do.
I'll go get ours in September.
My advice from my doctor is late October, early November. So,
Well, Jan has to get one because
oh, sure, I can understand. Yeah.
she's got a little difficulty breathing anyway, and so she can't.
Well, the last one I had was late October, so they try to keep them a year apart. So, but no, I'll plan on getting a flu shot. If they make another, are they going to have another booster?
Probably.
I mean, the stuff's free.
Yeah. Why?
I don't. And if you don't want to take it, fine. But I don't know why you have to get on social media proudly unvaxxed, and I'm not going to
Well,
bow
I know
to the
5
deep
people
state.
that are probably dead.
Yeah, I know 3.
we all do.
I know 3 that are, I don't know if they're proudly dead. 2 of them, I don't know if they were. One of them was anti-vax took it to his grave. Wore it
the
as a
5
badge of
people
honor.
I know were anti-vax.
Yeah, I don't know if the other 2 were.
I mean, there's 3 people here that we know of, but then I knew a couple radio people. Well, hell, there's like 9 of these conservative talk show hosts from Florida to West Virginia.
They all croaked.
They're all croaked, and before they died, they admitted, "Oh, we're wrong." Yeah, they're giving people information, and then people listen to them, and then they get.
But yeah, if you get on these, you'll see some Twitter accounts. It'll say, "Ultra Mega MAGA proudly unvaxxed patriot fighting to save our country." Big flag and a big thing of Trump after he got shot. There's just hundreds of thousands of those on Twitter, and it's just an echo chamber. Yeah. It's just turned into a right-wing echo chamber. So I try to stay on it as little as I have to.
Good call.
You know, and Dallas runs our Facebook page, so I don't have to go on there and deal with that nonsense.
Well,
Nonsense.
You see animals playing.
I don't need to see animals playing.
I like animals.
I don't need them. You know, I see animals playing outside my window. I don't need to see them on Facebook.
We lost our Lily.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
This
Man, I can't
last
believe how well you're
weekend.
taking it.
I ain't.
I remember I couldn't when I
Well,
lost
I mean-
Lakota. I couldn't come in that one show. I called you guys and said I can't come in.
Well, but
I know you have a life goes on. I get it.
Well, we lost her on Saturday.
Did you
so
put her down or did she die?
We had to. Well, she was pretty close to that, but we had put her down because she was really. She couldn't get up anymore. She would not eat.
That's
She hadn't
Lakota.
eaten in 2 days.
Oh, Lakota hadn't eaten. He couldn't use his back legs. But then his kidneys gave out, and you could smell the urine seeping through his body.
Well,
and I was like,
she had cancer on her pelvis. It was inoperable.
and she was old, right? Like 11, 12?
Yeah.
And she had a good. You got to remind yourself what a good life she had.
Well, 12 for a big dog
Yeah.
is pretty good.
The only funny thing was, and boy, it still is bad for Jan and I, but the mailman came Saturday, and she lifted her head and barked at him.
Aw. Saying goodbye.
She said, hating him.
That sounds like what Wapsie will do.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I also. I mean, Buddy was 16, Lakota was 14. I mean, they had about as good as. I mean, Buddy's last year was tough. It was tough on me and tough on him, but for the most part, Buddy had a great life.
We didn't. She was fine. She was fine Wednesday. She was fine, and then Wednesday night, I don't know what happened.
It was
she
just
had
time.
trouble getting up, and then I took her to the clinic in Cedar Rapids. Then I brought her back home.
Sadly, it was just time.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
It's rough. I'm so sorry.
And
I don't know why dogs can't live for like 30, 40 years. You know?
and then
Wouldn't it be great?
the sad thing is the cat is still looking for her.
I remember when Buddy passed away, Lakota would not lay on the part of the couch that Buddy always laid on.
So, no,
And I don't know how close they ever were. They just accepted each other. I never knew if Buddy was going to actually accept this big dog coming in, but he did. As long as Buddy, I don't think Buddy ever felt threatened, like it was still his throne, because Lakota never challenged him on that, and I think that was a big part of it.
The animals work it out.
They have a pecking order. They
do. They
well,
figure it out.
The cat's whole thing is the cat. When we had Barry and now Lily, the cat watches them when they come to the door to come back in. She comes, gets us, and you know, I mean, that was her job, was to watch, and they were very close. It's just sad.
Well, I remember when I got Lakota at first, he had a bad habit of trying to hump Buddy. And there was one time where Buddy was looking at me like, are you going to do anything about this? And I did. I got really forceful and said, no, and he never did it again. Don't do that. You know, because Buddy's like, dude, this isn't part of the deal. Just gave me this look like, what the hell? You know, but he did. He stopped doing it, and they coexisted together. And I think they got to the point where they depended on each other and what have you, because I think dogs do that. They build a...
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But they were so different, though. I mean, Buddy couldn't have cared less if there was a squirrel in the backyard. I mean, it just meant nothing to him, whereas Lakota, it was just...
It was the end of the world.
It was get it out of here. Here, I'll get it out of here. But dogs are different. But are you going to get another dog?
I don't think so. Only
Well, you better stay away from the dog pound then.
Only because Jan's.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm 75. I mean,
no, they're not easy to.
I thought of maybe later on getting an old dog. Didn't know, but an older dog that.
But no, it's a huge commitment.
I don't know.
It is.
I mean, my life. I mean, I miss them dearly, but my life is easier in some ways now.
Well, sure it is.
Way easier in some ways, and they ain't cheap either.
I never.
I mean, the flea and tick medicine every month. I spend almost $100 a month on flea and tick medicine for those dogs.
If I get one, it'll be an older one.
You should get like a little Yorkie, Like my buddy, you'd love my buddy's Yorkie. I mean, that thing is one of the one of the funniest
Mace's-
dogs.
Mace's
They are
Yorkies
yippee.
Oh, this one's not real. This one just thinks it's the great. I've never seen a dog strut more than this Yorkie. It just thinks that it owns the world. You know, it's got this big, dopey, 100-pound German Shepherd that trips over itself, and you know, it's just funny watching them.
Hello.
One word: goldfish. Oh my God, goldfish.
I like to eat goldfish. You know, the pretzel ones.
I've never. They're okay. I was never a fish person because I don't want to have a deal with an aquarium. This seems like that would just be a pain in the you know what to have an aquarium.
Yeah, it's
No,
expensive.
I'm not looking at.
Well, I knew people that.
But if
growing up-
I do, it would be an older dog that.
Well, I had a buddy
He's
or I knew somebody who had piranhas growing up, and he'd love to throw goldfish in there and watch them. I mean, I remember doing. Gee, this is great. Yeah, this is great. Let's watch another fish get this. You know, I never understood that.
No.
Well, and yet you're a Lakota.
Well, that's just that. That's. I mean, it's not like I was taking these squirrels and dropping it. Okay, eat them. That was just survival of the fittest. The dog protecting its yard, but to purchase fish so you can feed them to your. I just never understood that.
Well, what about mice to snakes?
Well, so what about them? I mean,
I don't like that.
but that's just natural selection. If a snake's out there and it's going to kill them, it's going to. I mean, but this dropping goldfish into aquariums so you can watch your pet piranha eat them, I thought that was a little harsh.
You're listening to Canine Chat.
And it's
on
not like
1630 KCTV.
and I wasn't applauding. It's not like I was happy when Lakota would kill things. I was embarrassed. Neighbors seeing me taking it down to the creek.
Good boy.
That was embarrassing. You know? Because there was a stretch where about twice a week I had my shovel carrying some dead body down to my neighbor's creek so I could depose it in the backyard, and that was embarrassing.
I can see where that would be problematic.
My neighbors never really said anything, but I think they were like, what the hell's Harty got going on over there? But then Lakota was the friendliest dog you could see to people. He loved, you know, I mean, he didn't mind other dogs. He just did not like bunnies, squirrels, and possums, and moles, and chipmunks.
A lot of.
I got a lot more chipmunks around my house now that he's gone. You know, so, but all right, on to the
Back
Hawks.
to the Hawks.
We haven't been to the Hawks yet.
No, we haven't.
I see they got the Iowa Swarm water out. Have you had it yet?
Is that, you mean just real water? Actual?
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter. They got some. They got. I figured you'd be all over that thing.
I haven't seen it.
I saw them tweet it yesterday. They got some new Swarm water out.
I mean,
there
is it at Hy-Vee?
I assume it would be. Yeah, they said it's now available, so that's another way to pay. And I read where some Georgia Tech just got a. I'm going to try to find this because this is where we're talking about the different playing field. You know, what Brad says we're not going to pay guys before they get here, and this is where Iowa's at a big disadvantage. Let me see. I got to find this, guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are doing using it as a recruiting.
And they're not even hiding this one here. Where is it now? Okay. NIL whispers. 5-star offensive lineman Josh Petty has agreed to terms of a 3-year roster value deal with an annual payment of at least $800,000 with Georgia Tech. I mean, how's Iowa going to compete with that?
Well, you can't.
So, $2.4 million for a lineman. This is Georgia Tech. This isn't Alabama or Clemson. This is Georgia Tech doing this.
Jesus.
And I don't know how you compete with that.
Well,
But I also don't know how that's going to help their chemistry down there, knowing that there's a guy making almost $1 million a year. Because I guarantee you, not all those players at Georgia Tech are making that kind of money. I prefer the way Iowa does it. I just think that Iowa's fighting an uphill battle because other schools aren't doing it the same way.
well, they are. Well, you know, we don't get a lot of 5-star athletes anyway.
No.
And a lot of the 5-star athletes or some of them are going to go for the money, and I can't blame them.
I mean, but Georgia Tech doesn't get a lot of 5-star athletes either.
No, they don't.
But that's just,
but they might now.
they are. It sounds like this guy's already agreed to it. So, and that sounds like he's strictly picking college. Now, Georgia Tech is a great academic institution.
Sure.
A great academic institution. So he's got that going for him too. But man, $2.4 million guaranteed. I mean, of course, I'm sure he wants to play in the NFL. But if $2.4 million that's life secure money. Most people will not even come close to earning that kind of money.
No, if you invested, it is, yeah.
Yeah, but most people won't earn $2.4 million over the course of their lives. You know, that's that's just it's incredible when you think about it.
You know, it's amazing that these people win lotteries and then at least I think it was like 23% or something, just end up with nothing. They just go through it.
That's just incredible to me.
Yeah, I know.
I remember, I think it was somebody from Kentucky, and he used to carry cash around with him to bars and stuff, and he ended up going back. And he won like $80 million like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And he ended up going bankrupt.
Well, then he's an idiot.
Well, then my guess is they have a lot of hang-arounds too.
Well, sure.
I mean, family members. Hey, give me my share. Give me my share.
Well, it's a good problem to have. I think.
Well, we could get away with, keeping it confidential because we're in the media and stuff, and they'd let you.
See, if I won like 140 million, don't get me wrong, I'd love it. It would also be kind of embarrassing, don't you think?
No.
Well, it would be kind of embarrassing.
Why?
Just because, all of a sudden I'm really rich for nothing. I did nothing to earn this money. I just think that would.
It's what you do with the money.
Well, but what do you do with the money?
Oh, I'd be very conservative. If I won something like that, I'd buy a lake cabin, but I wouldn't start traveling and buying tons of cars. I'd buy myself a really nice lake cabin somewhere, and that'd be about it. I'd be happy just with that, and then I'd just live off the interest.
I'd start a foundation.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, I do something like my charity work would go towards animals more than anything. Wouldn't do anything political. Would not donate to either party. I'd completely stay out of politics, but I'd do a lot to help animals if I had some. But yeah, no, my big spending thing would be a lake cabin, one that I could live around year round.
I've always kind of wanted to live on water, but ain't gonna happen probably.
Well, you should have bought my house when it was flooding.
I looked at your house when it was flooding.
Yeah.
And we really liked that house. And if we hadn't gone downstairs and see them tearing out the soaked carpet, we might have made a bid on the house.
And then, they didn't have a sub pump or nothing. Now we got a sub pump. This is odd, but we got that waterproof luxury tile from Bachmeyer.
Uh-huh.
And since we got it,
we have
put
that
it down
downstairs too. Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't had a
Hasn't
drop
that
on
not
it.
a drop? Yeah.
No.
I was reading. I looked it up. YouTube only has 9 million subscribers. That doesn't seem like very many. When I looked that up yesterday, that's what it came up with. I said, I said, how many subscribers YouTube TV? At the end, I'll click it on it again. Oh, at the end of 2020, YouTube TV reported more than 8 million subscribers.
What year?
2023.
Oh.
That doesn't seem like very many.
I'm sure there's more than that.
So you're saying this fact right here is wrong?
I can't believe that.
Well, it's right here.
That low.
It's right. It's right here.
Who posted that? YouTube?
Yes, it's from their latest. And let's see. It says Charter, DirecTV, Comcast each. DirecTV, Charter, and Comcast each have about 14.1 million pay TV subscribers. They're the largest ones. That doesn't seem like very many, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I figured it'd be 50, 60, 70 million. But I was surprised by that. That makes me think that their prices are going to go up.
Oh, of course they will.
I can't.
And speaking of prices,
yeah, it says that, but God,
you sound like MAGA. You're not going to believe it. It's not.
No, I believe it. It just is incomprehensible.
That's why I brought it up. I thought it was.
Well, I went to Hy-Vee yesterday. We were going to make tacos last night and did, and they were delicious. Got a pound of beef, $8. Doesn't that seem like a lot?
For a pound of beef?
Yeah.
A little, but not really. I mean, no.
I did round it up, the roundup that they do, but it was like $7.21 or something. That seemed like a lot.
I don't know. I just, now I'm going to the store. I never went. I'd accompany Jan on occasion, but I never went to the store.
It can be overwhelming, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, inflation still felt worst at the grocery store.
Like when I go, there's certain areas of the grocery store that I get blown away by. The yogurt section, there are
I don't ever
800 million selections, Greek, low-fat, non-fat. It's insane.
I hate yogurt.
I do too.
My dad used to eat a lot of yogurt, and I was like, how can you eat that crap? And he'd like this, and he'd put it in his mouth and eat it. I just...
No, my girls like it, and Ann likes it. I don't eat it.
Jan likes it. I don't like it.
Yeah, my dad loved yogurt.
And the other section that blows me away is the garbage bags and sandwich bags and stuff, there are 800,000 choices.
And they ain't cheap.
No,
The other thing that ain't cheap is laundry detergent. I mean, I bought this little tiny thing of Tide the other day, and it was like $12. I mean, no, it's not. Stuff's just not cheap.
No, it sure isn't.
Biden. I blame it on Biden.
Yeah. Cereal.
I mean, cereal. Cereal's never really been cheap. No. I don't eat a lot of cereal.
I've got, when I don't want to have supper, then I'll have a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good.
If I'm going to eat cereal, it's going to be something like that. I'm not going to eat like Grape Nuts or Total or Life or any of that stuff.
I used to love cereal. I haven't had any for years.
I really haven't either.
Yeah.
I'll get a mood where I'll eat cereal for a couple of days and I won't eat it for like a decade.
We go to Mayo. They did most of the stuff at Mayo was, it's healthy, so it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But I could get a bowl of Fruit Loops.
I used to like Fruit Loops.
I like Fruit Loops.
They were never my favorites.
Golden Grahams, I like them. Corn Pops.
Cinnamon Toast
Frosted
Crunch
Flakes.
is Golden Grahams with cinnamon on it.
I like probably my favorite that was Crunch Berry. Although they hurt the top of my it hurts the top of my mouth when I eat.
It tears
It's like eating sandpaper.
No,
but
it
it's
does.
good.
It tears up the top of your mouth.
It really does. But man, I love Crunch Berries.
Yeah.
When the girls were young, I bought Cracklin' Oat Bran.
You still buy
Absolutely delicious.
You know how many calories were in there?
And it was expensive.
I was first time I ever heard of Cracklin' Oat Bran was this buddy of mine in college. He was a former big weightlifter, wrestler. He used to eat Cracklin'. He would pour Cracklin' Oat Bran into this energy yogurt stuff, and he would spoon and eat yogurt at this thing. He used to eat it, but because he ate it there's a ton of protein in it.
Yeah.
But also there was a ton of calories in it.
There was.
I couldn't believe
There
how.
is.
But that also it's tough to eat too because that hurts the top of your
That
mouth.
was sure good.
God, it was good. I haven't had that in 40 years probably. Because for me, it's just too many calories.
Yeah.
I don't need to eat a bowl of cereal and have it be
It's like granola. Look at all the people were eating that because it's healthy or something.
But it's got tons of
it's
stuff
got
that's
like
not healthy.
300, 400 calories in a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd rather have potato chips with them.
CNN did I saw this morning, CNN did their annual, hey, alcohol's not good for you if you drink too much of it. And what was the other thing? I think they had another sugar supplement that's killing you. And it's just,
You can't eat anything.
Remember when water was bad for you?
No.
I remember I had the way we were processing our water or something. I remember I'm like, Jesus, you can't even drink water anymore.
Well, it's like this, and I do remember this companies got hit with fines for their spring water because it wasn't really spring water.
Yeah.
It was tap water.
Yeah. That's probably all of them.
It was filtered tap water.
But they can pretty much find something wrong with about anything.
Yeah. And they do.
I mean, eggs aren't considered near as bad for you now as they used to. I mean, in the old days, I remember if you eat too many eggs, you're going to probably die of a heart attack because your arteries are. Remember that?
Oh, sure.
But they don't think that anymore, right?
It's cholesterol. Yeah.
I do.
I like eggs.
I like
I
them
don't eat a
in
lot.
moderation.
Oh, I eat them once a week, maybe.
Yeah, in moderation.
Yeah.
I'm probably once every other week. What I do is I get one of those little 6-packs of eggs. I'll eat them over 2 or 3 days, and I won't have eggs for 8 months. That's kind of how I am with
The
eggs.
only eggs I like, egg foo young, because it's got a bunch of stuff in it.
Remember the scene where Barney was talking to Open? He goes talking about how fun it is to say the words egg foo young. Remember that one? Egg, it just rolls off the tongue.
I
Egg foo
actually
young.
don't remember.
You don't remember
No,
that one? All right.
not at all.
I've never had egg foo young.
Yeah.
Never had it.
It's a 24-hour Andy Griffith channel on Pluto.
I know. This is like the 4th or 5th time you told me this. I haven't got Pluto yet.
Pluto's once again considered a planet, though.
Yep.
So that's good.
You've got it for free on that.
I know. I just haven't thought about it. I mean, there's plenty of Andy Griffith just with what I have. I mean, I was watching it yesterday. And then this morning I saw, but it was the colored version. When it's the colored version, unless Barney's making an appearance, I don't watch it. It's just not the same.
No, it really
That's when they
isn't.
focus on like Howard Sprague and Emmett, and I just those people were boring.
Huh?
And Warren. I mean, those people
Yeah,
were boring.
That was the worst selection.
But nobody
take his place.
It was they weren't going to get anyone that would work.
No.
Well,
he was.
That was the worst.
I could not imagine the pressure he probably was under to try to live up to Barney. It was bad.
Jack Burns.
Yeah, it was not good. Didn't he go on to do radio and stuff? Or
he was in radio.
Wasn't? Yeah, I think that's how he got his start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was brutal.
Yeah, we started.
I give him credit for trying. I mean, well, my guess is he probably got a decent amount of money too.
We started together in the 40s.
You and Jack Burns?
Me and Jack Burns.
I think he's dead, isn't he?
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
he is, because I mean, he replaced
Probably.
Barney 60 years ago, and he was probably, if he's not dead, he's probably in his hundreds,
Or in his 90s.
or at least in his 90s. I mean, Barney left in 65, and that's
Burns. He died in 2020.
wow. He lived how old?
So it could have been COVID.
86.
86.
Could have been COVID.
COVID.
No, respiratory insufficiency.
Well,
What? Yeah, whatever.
sounds COVID-esque to me.
Yeah.
And speaking of COVID-esque, it's break time already.
Jesus, it is. We haven't
Yeah.
talked about anything.
We'll
didn't
be
realize
right back.
I didn't realize it was 9:02.
1-800-800-ROSE.
1-800-800-ROSE, your FTD florist, is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country.
1-800-800-ROSE.
It's so easy. Just remember one number, 1-800-800-ROSE, your FTD florist.
1-800-800-ROSE.
Remember,
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Hertine and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HertineandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen, bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
Don't tell them that we love that guy. And these people say that.
I think of my cell phone. There's not a big distinction there from family to customers, which I consider to be friends.
I love working with the people.
That kind of relationship that goes deep.
And when you hear those things, you think, okay, we're doing the right thing. We're doing it the right way.
We basically let you kind of walk us through the process, which is completely opposite of what a normal car dealership would do.
Deary Ford in Iowa City. See why people choose them over and over again. DearyFord.com.
GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit Supples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246. When you go to a family restaurant, you want 3 things. 1, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. 2, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And 3, you want to be treated like family. You get all 3 at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches, and special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location, and no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at midtownfamily.com. The family's waiting for you.
Diamond Dream Sports Academy, 20,000 square foot indoor facility, holds 8 batting cages, space for infield work, space for throwing and pitching and all your arm care needs. Offers private instruction, group lessons, camps and clinics, leagues, memberships. Rentals available at Diamond Dreams is open to the public.
Our top level instructors include former professional, college, and Olympic athletes. Our coaches will help these athletes achieve their full athletic potential, develop a strong work ethic, and a solid base to build. The last thing you want to do is look back and wish you had worked or played harder.
Locally owned and established in 2005, Diamond Dreams is Eastern Iowa's premier training facility. Located at 2905 Stoner Court, North Liberty. Call today and reserve your time. 319-665-2173. 319-665-2173.
Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip offers the ultimate sizzle of wood-fired pizza perfection. Elevate your pizza game with over 20 wood-fired pizzas, ranging from the Tony Pepperoni, the Philly Cheesesteak Pizza, Mary Margarita, and the Tavern Supreme. From the freshest ingredients, Tavern Blue cooks their pizzas to mouth-watering perfection in their wood-fired oven, which helps bring out those old-world flavors. Fresh creative salads, tacos, burgers, signature cocktails, beer, and wine are just a taste of what Tavern Blue has to offer. Tavern Blue is a family-friendly establishment that offers mini golf, table games, darts, and foosball. Go to tavernblue.com for the latest news, events, and specials, along with full menu options. Once again, that's tavernblue.com.
This is Leah Pasha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's going to love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Dear U of I, just a note to let you know, if you're ever thinking about selling Kinnick Stadium or Carver Hawkeye Arena, please consider Hawkeye Title and Settlement. We're here to provide efficient, high-quality real estate title and closing services. Signed, Hawkeye Fan Forever, and send. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Whether it's a large commercial property or if you're buying your first home, remember, we're here to help. Hawkeye Title and Settlement Services of Iowa City. You'll love our team just like you love the Hawks.
84 years of preparation, the wait is over. The Oxyokin's brand new book, Our Recipes, Our Story, is on sale now. 90 pages in full color, 67 recipes, and our unique history for only $24.99. Get yours while they last at the Oxyokin. Also mail order with our current serving hours at oxyokin.com. Oxyokin in the heart of Amana.
The From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
A little sunshine this morning, becoming mostly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. Our high today, 81, with wind out of the southeast at 10 to 20. Not expecting much severe weather. 1 or 2 isolated stronger storms possible later today, tonight. Bigger threat, heavy rain with a half inch to an inch possible overnight tonight. Our low 69. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. It will be warmer with a high of 86. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Currently, it is 66.
KCJJ weather. Brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
HawkFanatic.com is back. Better than ever.
Better than ever.
Yeah, better than ever.
Better than Ezra.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the Hawks.
Better than Ezra. What was their... Didn't they have a popular song?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
And
Foolish
your mama
Love.
didn't mind like I wish she would.
I thought they had that one, something like, how did it go? It's like Foolish Love or something like that. I think that was better than Ezra.
I don't think so.
No, the song I'm thinking of was definitely better than Ezra. I may not did a good job of describing it, but it's definitely, there's a song by
Better
better.
than Ezra. Good. Desperately.
I think Good is the one I'm talking about.
wanting, Extraordinary. And Once in a Lifetime, which I love that.
I saw that that Mac Markway left LSU, so I'm sure Iowa fans got him coming here, don't they?
No, because so at least somebody said that Iowa quit recruiting him before that they.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
It didn't go well. There was a problem.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, it is good. That's the song you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was.
That was the big hit.
I like that song. I did. I like that song.
That's all I got. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thanks, Tommy Lang.
But yeah, he put something out on August 6th saying, I mean, he's leaving LSU because he's probably not playing.
Well, probably not.
I'm sure that's what it. But yeah, no, I remember talking to the recruiting people saying that he kind of. Well, I had somebody say he kind of eliminated Iowa early, but Iowa saying they eliminated. I mean, that's just recruiting.
Who knows?
I mean, how many times? And I know the Iowa fans are no different, but so often fans justify. So, well, we didn't want him.
Oh,
you know,
sure,
we didn't
of
want
course.
him. You know, we didn't want him. You know,
we did want him.
We didn't want that 5-star. I mean, why would we want him? You know, but that's how they.
We did want him for a time, at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was and you know, with his dad having played here, his dad played here 30 years ago, though. So
Yeah.
I think sometimes that gets overrated. But yeah, it'll be interesting. You know where I bet he goes? Missouri. I mean, that's where he's from. It would not surprise me if he goes to Missouri. But yeah, I saw that, and I saw a video of Deacon Hill. Deacon Hill is in a spirited competition for the starting job at Utah Tech, and they interviewed him and asked him about Iowa, why he left, and he didn't badmouth Iowa. What he did say is, well, they brought a new coordinator in, and he brought in a couple guys, and what he was referring to, of course, was Sullivan and the transfer from. The Jackson Stratton, Colorado State. And I think it was Deacon's way of saying that Iowa kind of said, hey, we're moving on. You need to find another place. And that's business. That is, but now a lot of people are saying, well, you know, Lester bringing Sullivan in must mean he's bringing Sullivan in to replace. Now, so many people have just turned on McNamara now. He is just, I mean, they've
because of
one practice.
One practice.
Well, and he didn't look very good last. Now there was
he didn't.
There was some nut on Twitter. I had to block the guy. He was lashing out against anyone on Iowa media that questioned anything about Cade McNamara. He's like he's never been given a full. I said to the guy, he started 5 games last year. You guys, but he was hurt the whole time. Well, then he shouldn't have started if he was that bad off. And I don't. So, but man, it's amazing how quickly people have turned on him.
Well, we saw why he started 5 games, even being injured.
Yes. Yeah. And as bad as that sounds, last year he was worse Saturday. He was just as bad or worse Saturday than Deacon Hill was in any game last year. So, but still, it was one practice.
Sully's numbers were
he was 10 of 22, I think, for like 70 yards.
Yeah.
And people are treating it like he's Johnny Unitas.
Those weren't good numbers.
No. And most of his passes were dink and dunks because but like Don Patterson said, it's not all the quarterback or the coordinator's fault that they weren't throwing downfield. The receivers weren't getting open.
Yeah.
I mean, they were going up against great secondary, don't get me wrong, but still, if they're not open, there's nowhere to throw. No, it was just a very uneventful, uninspiring performance by the offense. But again, it was one performance, and that's why I'm always guarded with my optimism. You know, when you write stuff and just build it, you get the fans in a lather. Yes, it's the 49ers and the Packers mixed together, and it's then they get let down. That's why you take a risk in doing that.
Yeah.
And
I don't think our offense is going to be lights out by any means.
No, it just can't be horrible.
No, I do think it will.
I think it'll be mediocre.
I will settle for mediocre.
Mediocre, yes, it'll be.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yes, I think it'll be mediocre, and mediocre could be ranked anywhere from
90 to
70 to
100?
90, 75 to 100. That's better than 131.
Yeah, no, 75 to 100 is what I'm expecting.
And if they get the defense to play up to snuff and don't have any injuries, and Reese Dakin punts the ball, I mean, his first punt Saturday covered 58 yards, so we still got to see him in prime time. But no, like you said, if the offense is just mediocre, but it's good. This is going to be an interesting season, though, with quarterback, because McNamara, at least the fans, I think, are convinced that he's going to be looking over his shoulder the whole time he plays this year. I think the fans are convinced that Sullivan's going to be right there. I will be stunned if McNamara doesn't start the season opener.
Well,
given Kirk's track record,
I will be surprised.
Yes, I will be stunned if he doesn't. But we'll see. I mean, Sullivan's here. McNamara. I mean, when Cade was asked about Sullivan during the summer, he kind of downplayed it. Well, you know, we needed to get somebody else. We don't have any quarterbacks. He kind of made it sound like, well, they had to get a body in here but they brought him in for more than just being a body. Yes. They brought him in because they're not convinced Cade can carry on the way he used to, because I don't think they're convinced physically that he's there.
Well, and at least what was seen Saturday, he's got problems.
Yes, he's got problems. And so they had to do something to protect themselves. And Sullivan, and like I said, Sullivan, I know he was probably not I don't think he was one of the most sought quarterbacks in the portal, but he had to have a couple other options besides Iowa. He picked Iowa. He must be convinced that there's playing time waiting for him at Iowa, and I don't think he would just throw away one of his 2 years left. I think he's convinced he's going to play this year.
Well, and maybe he will.
But I don't see Kirk shuffling quarterbacks. I don't see him doing a two-quarterback. That's just not Kirk. And the thing is, if he does beat out McNamara, then you got a sixth-year senior who played in the college playoff, who led Michigan to a Big Ten title, who's sitting on the bench for a team that he once beat 42-3. It'll be a weird dynamic.
Well, but he was healthy when he played against.
He was, and he had Michigan's players. Yeah, but that'll still be a weird dynamic.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
With Cade, it was just a practice. Don't give up on him.
Oh, we're not.
No,
we're not giving up on him. But some people have already.
Some people have already. What's your lesson to them? What's your message to those people?
Those people. You mean the football team?
No, the people that have given up on Cade. What do you say to them?
Eastern
We don't need
David
him.
Soul.
We don't need those fans that have given up on Cade?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I hope they put Sullivan in the backfield, because he's kind of like McCaffrey.
No. Well,
I don't think so.
No, I'm not. I'm going to disagree with you there. He's not like Christian McCaffrey.
No. I sure wish he was.
Yeah. Then I think he'd be playing running back and starting.
Similar mold.
I'm going to disagree with you, but that's the beauty of this. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree and move on.
Move on. We will.
You cut him off? It's our friend.
He was done.
He was our friend. You cut him off.
He was done. I have to take the role of the producer.
So you decided he was done.
I decided.
I believe that was the first time that Brendan Sullivan has ever been compared to Christian McCaffrey.
Yep, I agree.
In any
You're the
way, shape, or form.
You're radio's version of Putin. You're just deciding everything for everybody.
Yes, I am. I'm just like Putin.
But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'll tell you what, though, it's nice having Sullivan. Imagine if they didn't have Sullivan, and no knock on Marco, because Marco down the road, but he's
Jackson Stratton.
Well, he's a walk-on, and I think the fact that he's a walk-on shows they're giving him a chance. But no, that Sullivan getting him was a wise move, because I'm not giving up on Cade, but I'm very concerned and skeptical about what he's able to do after watching Saturday.
Yeah.
Somebody suggest that Kirk's just got to stop allowing the media into the open practice. Is that really the answer? I mean, is it the media's fault that McNamara?
Yeah.
You guys just look for any negative angle you can take. So we're just supposed to ignore the fact that the starting quarterback was 7 of 21 for 20 yards. And
I mean, that's bleak.
Dropped a snap, threw a pick six. I mean, he's like, well, if you guys didn't see this, we wouldn't have to be reading this crap.
Well, you don't have to read it anyway.
But then why have the media then? Just take whatever.
Well,
it was a weird flex.
It's always that kind of crap. Well, the media reports this or that, and we get that all the damn time here.
I mean, it's always the media's fault when somebody says something, or when something happens that you don't like, but. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense to keep all of a sudden we get to see 2 practices a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. That's it.
Yeah.
And my guess is they didn't use a lot of their offense Saturday, and
Well, I guess they just used the bad part of their.
Well, yeah, maybe they used just the bad part of their offense, but
their bad plays.
But I thought that was a silly take, though. Yeah, just ban the media. It's the media's fault. This guy, though, he was bad. He was some old man from North Carolina. He was weird. I finally blocked him, and he called me I think he called me a queen for blocking him. And then I noticed he did the same thing. 2 or 3 other Iowa media members blocked him because he was just trying to fight with everybody, and it was all Cade McNamara.
So I have a question. If you block somebody, then how can you see his reaction?
I don't see it anymore.
You can.
But you have to go looking for it.
You have to look.
But I'm not. Why would I? I'm not. Why would I block somebody and then go look for that? The moment I block somebody, they're gone. They're dead. I'll never deal with them again. Hopefully. Now I've had some people say that I blocked them and they've opened up burner accounts so they continue to harass. Okay, then you just block that one, and then you say to them, if you're pathetic enough to keep opening up accounts, then that's on you, not on me. I mean, I did have a guy admit that he's opened up like 5 or 6 burners so he can continue to harass. I mean, and he thinks the joke's on me. I mean, seriously, think about that. I just said, dude, that's pathetic. Go for a walk. I mean, do something.
Hey, I want to give kudos to the gentleman. Was it Greenfield from Greenfield?
Yes.
That bought the potato chips to us yesterday. They were delicious.
Isn't that the town that got devastated by
this? Yeah.
Oh, man, good for him.
Yeah, that was just because I mentioned that at like 5:30 that I was in the mood for potato chips and dip. He shows up here like a little after.
Well, how far is Greenfield from here?
2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would that work to say, God, it's pepperoni sausage pizza sure sounds good. I wonder if we could get a couple of those. Would that work?
Be cold if he's going to drive.
Well, no, it wouldn't be him. It would have to be someone from a little closer.
So are you hoping like Sam's Pizza all of a sudden comes by with
who knows
10 large pizzas?
I don't know that we need 10.
Well, I'd take a couple home with me.
No, that was really nice.
That is nice, especially
really
after what they've been. Did he say? Did his house get? Did you ask him about his house?
I didn't know because I was still on the air.
Oh.
He's a good guy, and he's in our chat room on our app, and. No, that was really good.
What kind of potato chips?
Ruffles.
Ooh, best ones.
And they were delicious.
I love Ruffles.
Still got
I know
2 or 3 bags back there. But I mean it, and
Well, I hit one hard, I'll tell you that.
Well, he's got, Des Moines, it's just amazing to me people are listening to us. It's amazing to me. And especially, all the long distance listeners we got. We got these people in Dallas that have a fan club that want us to come down there and do a show from there. And there's a group in Portland.
Are they going to fly you down?
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
Yeah,
fly you and Hunter down.
Yeah, and there's a group in Portland that
my nephew lives in Dallas. I'll ask if he listens.
Fan club. Why?
Well, he does sometimes.
Well, yeah, evidently he does.
No, this is another. Guys, I got tons of nephews.
Different nephew?
Yeah, that nephew is in Des Moines. This is my other nephew's he lives in Frisco, which is right outside of Dallas. I'm guessing he does not listen.
Frisco is just outside of Dallas.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it just is amazing to me.
Yeah. Well, after today's show, do you blame him? I mean, the quality that's coming out of here right now.
Well, the last 15 minutes was pretty solid Hawks.
Breaking it down.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
Good solid Hawk quarterback talk.
And Yossi up in us, I still say he's going to announce sometime this week. That's my because I think Rob Howe told me they start school there tomorrow. I think they start school on the 15th.
Wow, do they really?
Which seems really early.
Yeah, it does.
No, there's been schools down south that have already started.
When does Iowa City start? Next week?
It starts after all the Iowa schools have to start after the fair, when it's done.
Well, the fair is done.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, my brother-in-law's on his way. My brother-in-law's on his way in from Michigan. He's working at the fair 2 days for the company he works for. Yeah, on Friday and Saturday.
So it goes through the weekend then?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Is the fair 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're in the
10
second week
days.
now.
I think it's 10 days. Or something.
And then I did see last night, and I thought this was pretty cool. The I-Cubs had Randy Peterson throw out the first pitch. Then they surprised him by naming the press box after him. He had no idea.
Wow.
That's quite an honor.
Yeah,
but Randy's been covering the I-Cubs for almost 45, 50 years.
That's incredible.
But no, I bet that meant a lot to him. I thought that was pretty cool.
You guys talk. I got to talk to Lang a second.
Okay.
Oh. Lang.
Hey, Lang. So let's see. What else?
Why don't you and Lang talk on the air? We'll just listen.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
You understand what I want you to do with the Dropbox?
Yeah, I don't know if I needed a 4 in the morning text for it, but yeah.
Okay. And we can copy that and just move it over.
Yeah, there's some issues with that, though.
What?
See, this is more interesting than you and I going back.
Probably.
On one account, I'd have to log out to log into the other one, and then we'd have to move it somewhere like a hard drive.
Because I'd ask you, have you heard anything about any women's basketball recruits? And you'd say,
no, I have not.
Let me just...
Come on. This is interesting.
No, it's not.
What about settings?
What about...
So how would you...
We just need to get like a hard drive or something we can put everything on temporarily.
But you need to get into the settings?
If it'll fit on the laptop, it's not a big deal.
Well, do you have a laptop that would fit on?
No.
You need to buy him a laptop, Captain.
Call Greg.
Okay.
And ask him what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you get him on the phone, we'll put that on the air, too.
I don't know what they're talking about with this team. The team is going to lose all, and we don't have a team, and we're going to lose all the spots.
Our team is the Hawks.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about.
Who's they?
There you go.
But if
we
we
don't
have
know.
a team, it's $1,100 a year or some damn thing, and we don't need. All we need is just free Dropbox.
Yes.
That's all we need.
Are they trying to sell us this other thing?
I don't know. I don't understand the whole damn thing.
Email I can read?
There you go.
I will send you the emails.
Send it to the KCJJ account. I'm going in there right now.
Okay, I will send it there.
Major project.
Well, this is great stuff.
This is good stuff. This is interesting.
McNamara look like S.
Yeah, that's what all the media is telling me.
Yeah, stupid media.
Yeah, if they were not there, we wouldn't know that he was S.
No. Okay.
Wow.
I'll send you this stuff.
Tommy Lang, everybody.
There. Was that interesting?
What about your Dropbox?
Really looking forward to Hey Lang now.
You mind your own business about my Dropbox.
I don't know if I have a Dropbox.
I don't. These companies speak their own language, and then I don't know what they're even talking about.
See, though, they're trying to pass legislation to make it easier to.
Well,
did you want me to just get up at 4 in the morning and work on this?
Huh?
Why did you text me at 4 in the morning for this? Woke me up. I couldn't get back to sleep.
Why would it wake you up?
Because it bings.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
And if I turn it off, he goes, I couldn't reach you. When he's like, I can't work this morning. Or
Put
whatever.
it in
Honda's
another
got
room.
COVID, whatever.
I thought I scheduled it to come in at 8.
You don't schedule text. Just text somebody at 8.
What if I forget?
Well, that's possible at your age.
Wow.
All right, back to the Hawks.
Back to the Hawks, please.
And leave a note on my desk. How about that?
The media wouldn't have covered this.
I know. They're the worst.
Media sucks. Just out to get the Hawks.
F the
They're the ones
media.
that made Trump sound like Sylvester the Cat the other night on that X thing.
The Iowa media is just relentless in its hate, and it's like those who cover the Yankees.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I woke you up.
Aw. He's throwing you an olive branch, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's been very hard.
I know.
This year,
Yeah.
it's been very hard. And working here and still working.
Mace won't buy the station.
My age, yeah.
Why won't Mace buy the
Mace
station?
doesn't have any money.
Mace could, we could come to terms.
You have to carry Twins games, probably.
Yeah,
I wanted to carry the White Sox a couple years ago. We
boy,
dodged that bullet.
That was a great idea.
Well, I'd love to have them this year. You'd have 6
They
listeners.
looked like they were going to be better. Then they weren't.
Wow.
Like that time KXIC bought the... one year KXIC had the Atlanta Falcons contract because of Tim Dwight, and then he got injured like 2 games in and missed the season. That should have been the warning right there, that maybe we don't commit to something like that.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's the risk you take.
That was our 1 year with Notre Dame didn't go well.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't sell any ads, did you?
0.
You probably pissed off some advertisers, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, they probably threatened to pull their advertising from the Hawks. I give you credit for at least trying. I mean, you got to give it a shot.
Yeah, it was a bad shot.
Yeah, it didn't work.
No.
I bet Bud was happy when you were doing Notre Dame football.
He was pissed.
I was sarcastic.
And then the next year, we tried a game of the week that did work to our advantage ultimately.
Yeah.
I remember Bud asked me one time,
97.
why the hell do you like Notre Dame football? And I'm like, my dad played there. What the hell does that mean? What difference is that? Just rolled right off the tongue. You didn't care.
What the hell does that mean?
Just didn't stick with the Hawks. The hell with Notre Dame football. So, but I'd love to see Iowa and Notre Dame get a series again.
I would too.
I would love that. And I think once that kickoff started, I think I'd be cheering deep down for the Hawks because I've had no affiliation with Notre Dame other than through my dad. I've never met any Notre Dame players personally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think deep down I'd be cheering for the Hawks, but I think that'd be a great series.
I think
like this year, Iowa versus Notre Dame. I think it'd be a great game
I do too.
I mean, Notre Dame's good; they're better than Iowa probably overall, but not much. I think Notre Dame would struggle to score on Iowa's defense,
I do too.
and I think Iowa's offense would struggle to score against Notre Dame.
Hello.
Hello. Why did the Notre Dame thing stop?
Well, Evie, I mean, the feigning Irish thing didn't help.
The feigning Irish
the
thing.
feigning Irishman of Notre Dame.
I mean, Iowa was pissed.
I remember that one real well.
And it's one thing where Notre Dame could only play so many Big Ten teams, too.
Yeah, and they had
Michigan State, Purdue. Yeah, and I think Iowa just kind of got lost in the shuffle. But no, there was hard feelings.
We used to play them every year, and then all of a sudden, nothing.
But there's hard feelings. Evie was pissed.
Yeah.
The feigning Irish. Remember, didn't he give the speech back at the assembly?
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah.
We had a record album that had Evie's speech on it, so as a young kid, I heard that 1,000 times, which has fueled my hatred of Notre Dame.
Were you at the pep rally that he said that? Were you there?
No. But I got the record.
It made my
album.
dad so mad that every time anybody on any team would cross themselves, he wouldn't root for that team.
Wow, Catholic hatred. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was so mad. He said, "I'm not rooting for that team. They crossed themselves."
Wow.
And I said, "Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're Catholic."
Oh,
brother.
Kind of points to
Hey,
that, doesn't it?
the White Sox did have a good game the other day. They beat the Yankees 12-2.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I was shocked.
Baseball.
Well, so was the announcers, Ozzie Guillen and that Charles Garfien, whatever his name is. They were excited, and then they say, and on the next day we lose. I think they lost yesterday. Was it 4-1?
I think so. So are you going to watch Caitlin on Friday?
Yeah, I'm going to watch Caitlin. I've been going back and forth with my brother. He's a Guardian fan, and the Cubs, of course, have been playing the Guardians. And the Cubs have been playing good against them. It's just that the Guardians are that much better.
Well, the Guardians have a good team this year.
Oh, yeah, they do. They have this one big guy who hit a home run. His name is Noel, and they call him Mr. Christmas.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, well, have a good day.
Thanks,
Karn.
Rain or something.
Yeah. It's gonna.
Okay.
When's it going to rain?
2:16.
What's the
I don't have my
What's
phone.
the percentage? Like 20%, 30%? You're talking about this afternoon it's supposed to rain?
Yeah, well, chance of scattered afternoon storms.
Oh.
Storms tonight could be severe. Let's look.
I'm sure he'll look at it, and then WeatherBug will be like...
I don't have bug yet. I did look at it on
At
our
11
break.
o'clock, there's a 54% chance.
11 o'clock this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
51 at noon, 42 at 1. Then it goes down to 15 until tonight. And then about 9 o'clock, pops up to 43, 90% at 1 in the morning.
So we'll have to dose our dog.
Yeah.
I saw WeatherBug said at 10 o'clock this morning was a 65% chance.
And it's not raining.
And it's not raining.
Did you see Royce White won his primary, the former Iowa State player?
Yeah.
Now he goes up against Amy Klobuchar. I doubt he has a chance. He's nuts. He's nuts even for MAGA. He's MAGA nuts. And what's funny is they promote him as an NBA star. He played 9 minutes in the NBA. He was afraid to fly. I think he was good enough to have stuck on an NBA route. He was good in his day, but he is completely fallen. He's nuts.
Oh, Amy Klobuchar is going to kill him.
Yes, I mean, he is nuts. I mean, let's see. Here's a quote from Will. Look, let's just be frank. Women have become too mouthy. As the black man in the room, I'll say that.
Wow.
That's one of. I mean, that's Royce White. He's a freak.
They're a little mouthy.
Women. But yeah, no, Amy. I'm guessing Amy's going to probably win that one pretty convincingly.
She's pretty smart.
Oh, I would. I wouldn't have any trouble with her being president or vice president.
I voted,
but she just couldn't
caucus for her.
I mean, she actually did better than Kamala in some ways. When
I was impressed with Kamala. We saw her when she was at Back Pocket Brewery.
But you have to admit, she did not galvanize the masses.
No.
I mean, she was one of the first ones to drop out. But now things have changed. She's going to give her speech on Friday. My guess is she's going to soften her stand on some things, and then she'll be accused of. But sometimes you do change your views to cater to a.
Well, when you get new information,
but
then you change some of your.
Or you might also
stances,
say,
and
hey, maybe I was wrong to think that fracking should be banned in Pennsylvania. I don't think that anymore. You can change your mind.
And so you get new information, and it changes things.
Mm-hmm.
Fracking has been a real problem in Oklahoma, and when my brother and sister-in-law lived there, they were fracking. They lived in Stillwater. They were fracking around there, and their house foundation was cracking. And a lot of the houses...
because of the vibration of the ground.
Yeah, a lot of the houses there, all of a sudden, because they don't have any basements. They just, they're slabs.
They're slabs, which are a pain in the ass. I lived in one.
Yeah.
It cost me $30,000.
And cracking. And I mean, there was...
And then if you have any pipe work that needs done, you have to get a jackhammer to cut into the concrete. It's just a major pain in the ass. It really is.
Yeah, no, fracking is,
Yeah, it's not.
I can see. No, I can.
Sounds
see
like an
where,
REM song. Fracking.
Yeah, fracking.
You were playing a little REM when I came in here. What, Man on the Moon?
Man on the Moon.
You ever watch that movie?
Yeah, I did.
It's all right. I just didn't really. I never found Andy Kaufman that interesting, to be honest.
I never found him funny at all.
No, his routines. And stuff.
It was odd.
It was stupid. And that thing with Jerry Lawler on Letterman, that was all. You find out later that was all staged.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting when I thought it was actually authentic, but it was all staged. But I just found his humor just bizarre.
No, he was a weird dude, not funny.
And I didn't like what's that show Taxi that he was on. That show never did anything for me. Never.
I kind of liked the theme song, and that's about as far as I got.
So you just listened to the introduction and then changed the channel?
Pretty much.
Did you like it better than the Jeffersons theme song?
Oh no, I like that one too.
That's probably my favorite, the Jeffersons theme song. And wasn't that sang by the black lady who had the white husband on the show?
Yes.
Did she sing that?
Yeah,
and isn't she Lenny Kravitz's mother?
Yes.
She's Lenny Kravitz's mother, I believe. Yeah.
Roxy something.
I loved when George would call him a big dumb honky. Can't do that anymore. Times have changed.
No.
Times have definitely changed. But Anything? I've been looking to see if there's any.
Roxy Roker.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, did you see Mark Bortz is getting his high school jersey retired?
I did
which I think
see
is pretty.
that.
I thought that was pretty cool. I mean,
Kind of took a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's like my brother's age.
Yeah.
But hey, better late than never.
Yeah.
And I just got.
Played for Iowa, and didn't he play for the Bears?
Yes, but they moved him to offensive line.
Uh-huh.
He was a defensive lineman at Iowa. And I just got to notice Iowa Hawkeye Media Day for field hockey is Tuesday, August 20th. See if there's anything else hot off the press. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, the one thing that we're all kind of waiting for is...
Wasn't it called Media Day?
What?
The football practice?
Kids Day.
Kids Day.
Oh, was
No, Media Day was on Friday.
Okay.
Or 2 different days.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah, they always do.
Media
They
Day
do
and
the
Kids
Media
Day.
Day, then Kids Day follows it. And I like how and I'm sure if you're Kirk, you want to get it both done on the same weekend. You know, it's the best way to do it. You get Media Day done on Friday, then you get Kids Day, and then
What
it's
did the
just...
kids think of McNamara?
Thought he played lights out.
I don't think the kids, most of them probably gave a rat's
They
ass.
wanted his autograph. And
But no, Kids Day, I think that's the neat thing what they do. I mean, it really is. It's one of the neater things that between the Kids Day and the Wave, there's a lot of good stuff associated with the Iowa football program.
There is.
The Wave, no other program. Now, other programs do stuff like they do stuff to help kids. I get that, but there's nobody else can match the Wave. That's Iowa's. That
The
is
Wave's
unique.
very cool.
That is unique to Iowa, and it continues to grow. And what's really neat about it is how the other schools participate. Well, remember, PJ Fleck's the one that before PJ Fleck in Minnesota did it that one year, Iowa players weren't waving. And remember, people kind of got down on Kirk. But in fairness to Kirk, he said, well, we thought this was more of a fan thing. But once Fleck did that, I think Iowa, we better do it. And they've done it since. But P.J. Fleck was the first one. He sort of upstaged Iowa.
But not everybody on Iowa does it. Some of the position groups stay in their position groups because they're going to be going out. There is communication.
There is,
between
but for
coaches.
the most part, though, most of them wave.
Yeah, they do.
They wave for a little bit. And,
They do.
And you can take 20 seconds out of a football game to wave. But P.J. Fleck's the first one to do it because they went 3 or 4 games where they were not doing it and nobody gave any thought about it. I do remember a few people reaching out to me, hey, why aren't the players waving? I'm like, well, this is more for the fans. But then when Fleck came down, he did that. Then I think that put the pressure on Kirk, and then they've been waving ever since. P.J.
Thanks, PJ.
I mean,
you won't hear me say that very often.
I think PJ was trying to upstage and embarrass Iowa a little bit, and my guess is there was probably part of Kirk that was pissed, but I think ultimately it was the right decision for the players. And I like the fact that the officials wave. It's cool. It's just a really neat thing. That's one of the things I look forward to for that first game, is seeing the wave again.
Neat. It's neat.
Yeah, it's unique to Iowa.
Yeah.
And then some fans do the wave. To waving toward the goalpost when the offense is out there. Like, get the hell out. Run, move.
I think that one sounded better in your head.
Answer the phone.
Not everything.
Answer the phone.
Not everything's a joke.
Answer the phone, please.
God damn it. Is this a good call or a bad one?
This is a good call. Maybe great.
I think this is a great call.
Maybe great.
Hello.
Were you talking about my call?
Yes.
I got a lot to live up to if that's the case.
Yeah, we're anticipating a great call.
Greatness.
It's going to be the best
It's going to lift this show to a level it's never seen before.
We'll see how quickly the captain aborts me here.
All right. What do you got?
So back in the day when Banks was playing quarterback for Iowa, if I remember right, didn't they kind of like limit his options going downfield when he was throwing?
No, not the year he started.
I thought that they cut off like a half of the field and only gave him.
No,
like
not. You're talking about 2001, but he didn't.
Yeah.
They limited him back in 2001. I remember him later telling me that he wasn't ready to handle.
He didn't know the playbook.
He wasn't ready to handle it all. But yeah, 2001, and by the end they kind of quit. They would put him in for a series or two but remember, he had one where he stepped out of bounds.
Yes.
He had a couple struggles, and Brad owned up to it. He didn't make excuses. But yeah, 2001 they did that. But 2002, no, it was full. I mean, they did everything.
Well, that's what I was looking at. Is that's something, if they've done it before, why wouldn't they try to do that again with McNamara or any of the backups?
Because they're not Brad Banks.
Well, that's true,
Yeah.
too.
They're not Brad Banks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's all. That came to mind. I was thinking about, how he played and, how successful it turned out that he was made, at Iowa. And, he turned out to be a pretty good quarterback for the Hawks.
No, he was great.
He sure was for 1 year.
Much was made of his scrambling ability, and rightfully so, but Brad was very accurate with the ball. He was a very good downfield thrower. And he was loaded. He had loaded.
Wasn't he a Heisman?
Runner-up.
Like a runner-up?
Yeah, and he had a great support. Remember, he had Maurice Brown, C.J. Jones, Ed Hinkle, Dallas Clark, an incredible offensive line. He'd be the first to admit he had a great supporting cast around him. That 2002 team was Kirk's best.
Let's hope it was just a figment. It doesn't happen again. McNamara gets into the season and looks really good, and hopefully we'll have a good.
I don't care who starts. I just want whoever plays. I hope they play well. Hope the offense. I got no dog in the fight. I don't care who starts.
Not at all.
I don't care.
I didn't hear you talk at all. Real quick, one more question. I'll get out. I know we're getting towards the bottom of the hour. What did the running back play look like?
Great.
Was there?
Well, very solid. They're fine at running back. As long as they get decent blocking and have some passing to offset, they're fine at running back. They have no problems. They have 7 guys on scholarship. I've seen 6. I didn't remember seeing Brevin Dahl carry the ball at all Saturday. He may have, but no, they're fine at running back.
That's cool. Anyway, we'll go Hawks. Thanks for the show, guys. Take care.
You bet.
Hey, appreciate the call.
But, yeah, no, running back to me is one of their deepest positions.
Now, I don't know that was a great call.
Solid.
But it was solid.
Solid.
Rock solid.
Rock solid.
Here in the chat room, the kid captain said he could outrun Cade McNamara.
Now, that's harsh.
No, we're just ganging up on Matt.
That is harsh.
That wasn't my nephew, was it?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Was it our Greenfield guy?
No, it was not.
I mean, I don't want to get carried away, but, Kay didn't play well.
No, he didn't. And he'd probably be the first to tell you.
I would imagine he'd be the first to tell you. He did not play. You could say that he was borderline awful.
7 of 21 for 20 yards.
I think that's what it was. I didn't keep stats, but I think those were Doctorman stats.
Well, that's almost impossible.
I mean, that's bad for Deacon Hill.
Yeah.
What if you find yourself midway through the season longing for Deacon Hill to return?
Oh, just shoot me now.
I'm kidding.
No, there's no way. No. Well, if Cade's Deacon-esque, he ain't going to be playing.
No. Then it'll be Sullivan, and if he struggles, they may try Marco.
Hey, I've seen a lot worse quarterbacks than Marco at this university.
And obviously the thing with Marco is his passing's way behind his running right now, but you can't just run. You're going to get killed. You can't just be a running quarterback. You've got to be able to throw, too. So we'll see. I'm not ready to give up on Cade yet. I just think it's just, like I said, it's one practice. But to me, the biggest concern, even more than the incompletions, was just how he looked when he was scrambling. He just did not look right.
Yeah.
Just did not look comfortable.
Yeah. Got 2 full weeks of practice and then game week practice. So a lot can happen in 3 weeks, and he can look a lot better.
Yeah, and they're not playing Alabama in the season opener.
No.
Nothing against Illinois State, but I think that's a team that they should be able to beat even with quarterback problems.
I
think they're going to be able to run the ball. If they can't run the ball in Illinois State, then they got problems.
Yeah.
Then all that stuff I saw was just fool's gold. But I think they're going to be able to run the ball in Illinois State. And I would like to think that they're going to get the running backs involved in the passing game, down and out screen passes, then let the running back do stuff after the catch. They need to do stuff like that. Make it easier on the quarterback as we're easing into this offense.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Well, and if we can run the ball, it will make it easier on the quarterback.
Everything on offense becomes easier, especially for Iowa when you can run the ball.
Yep.
That's just how it is.
Yep.
That is just how it is. What are you looking at, Captain?
Just loading up my commercials.
Oh.
Congratulations. Because when I first started here, there weren't any commercials to load.
Well, there's commercials.
There were like 2.
Who were they? Do you remember?
I think Vic's Auto Body bought 1 spot a week.
1 spot a week on Tuesdays.
And there were a few others.
Do you think you have a lot of business owners listening right now?
Yes.
Because my offer's still out there, $300 a month for the football season. Not a month, $300 for the entire football, $100 a month. Put you up on our site and put your podcast script in all of our podcasts. And I've been looking, our podcast numbers are really good. I was looking recently. We've got so many of them. We convert this into a podcast. We've got Rob Howe's Mailbag. Then Rob and Scott Docterman do their Hawkeye Hotspot podcast. Rob does a recruiting. He does a recruiting pot where he talks to recruits either that have committed to Iowa or that are thinking about Iowa. We've got all those. That's what I was thinking when I was listening to the lady from the sanctuary. I'm like, man, we could really help them spread their word. And so, yeah, if you're listening and you're interested, look me up. $100 a month. Well, $300 football special. Plus, I'll put you on in August for free. So the ad would basically run through November.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and like I said, we're on course to have over 2 million page views, and we have a ton of listeners on our podcast. And I think some of the people that read the site are different than people who listen to the podcast. So you're hitting different hitting different audiences too. So if you're listening out there, look me up.
So
how's that? Is that pressure selling, Captain?
Anything else?
No,
I do think it's a pretty good offer.
It is a good offer.
And I'm not saying $100 a month is not much money. I mean, any type of money is not. But like I said, I think you could do a lot worse in ways of spending your money. But we
Fair
done?
enough. Yeah. Police reports are next with Tommy Lang and Captain Steve. HawkFanatic.com. Check it out. It's free.
KCJJ Weather.